about anything. So think of this as like a free stocks class.
Is the Q&A starting right now?
Yeah.
Yep. Shoot.
All right.
You got the first question.
Okay. Because I can't raise my hand on.
Yeah, you just type in the chat. Yeah.
I guess what I'll ask is, I see that you guys have different alert channels. Is there one member on each alert channel? Like for instance, alert bot. It looks like a milk bag. The user milk bag be posting his small trade alerts on there. Is that how it's working?
So we have so that's a special case actually. The milk bag bot is gonna be he's gonna have his own channel for a bit. We're gonna see how it does. We like it so far, so he has his own channel. And then the analyst plays, as we get more analysts and our server keeps growing, we're gonna have them post there. So right now you just see Zane in that channel, but with time we should get some more analysts in there as we grow. Okay. And then the other channels is where the admins post, the 4 owners.
Okay,
that makes sense.
I have a question.
And if I could just add to that question really quick, everyone who posts trades in the server, anyone who posts trades has already went through a vetting process through us. They're not random people that were just applying to the channels. I mean, it's our name and reputation in the server. So like Zane and those analyst players, we vet them and trade them ourselves before we ever show them where you guys can see them.
Okay.
Yeah.
When this morning you guys got on and the live trading wasn't open yet, are you guys actually in the room like discussing stuff for the day already?
No, we just forgot to open it, honestly. So after the market closes, we have like our own discussion. We have our own admin meetings, just looking how to improve the server, what went wrong. We go over the past plays and that kind of stuff. So we just forgot to open it this morning. That's all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I like hearing, even if there's moments where you guys don't want us to be able to talk. This is Ninja, by the way. If you guys don't want us to talk, I'm totally cool. But I learn a lot just from thinking about y'all's thought process and when you guys are talking. So even if unless you're going to talk about stuff that you don't want to hear, like server related stuff, cool. Yeah. But if you guys are talking trading, I think that I would always like to at least be allowed in the room, depending on what level you want to do that, but not necessarily be allowed to talk until like trading happens.
Okay. Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, we haven't really talked as much before market open. We just usually type, but if that would help you if we just discuss your thought process before open.
Yeah, I got a question with that too when you get a chance.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. What's up, man?
Yeah, so I was wondering if it's possible, like maybe early morning, like maybe starting at like 9:00, if we could jump on like a live where we could just discuss like maybe like, hey, this is the list that we're looking at today. These are the specific stocks that we're eyeing. Because like, you don't, when you have your screen, I as of right now, like I don't have the big screen yet. It's coming within a week and a half, 2 weeks, hopefully.
Right.
So, and I know you guys have the, the whole setups and everything. So sometimes you might not see something, or it might not alert you, or you might miss the alert. So like if we all have like an idea of like what the game plan is for the day, like what stocks we're looking at, and then we all come together like, oh, hey, look at this one,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Yeah,
we can do that.
Yeah, it's just like a pre-market basically watch list, and then you just
alert
setup and stuff. Yeah, we can have to do that.
Do you guys actually like to trade? So I know the organization I came from, they tell us to not trade the first 30 minutes of the bell just because of like you can't tell what's going on. Do you guys actually do that?
Oh, we do quite the opposite. We love the first 30 minutes. That's where all the action happens.
That's what me and my friends have thought the same thing, that it eliminates us from the biggest movements of the day sometimes.
Yeah, the reason you'll hear a lot of people say stay away from the first 30 minutes or that first block is because it's the most volatile, and a lot of times with newer traders it can get real things can happen real quick there, and so they may be saying stay away from the first 30 minutes, but I highly doubt they are staying away. All experienced traders knows what happens in the first hour of trading. Most of your algo orders go in, big institutional buys. A lot of the volatility happens in the first hour. So
Right. And as option traders, we like volatility. So I
Yeah.
mean, I personally stay away from like the first 30 seconds or maybe the first like 2 or 3 minutes just to give chance things to settle and not like making decisions based off emotions or just overreactions. But once things do settle, you can pretty much just get right to trading.
Yeah, I usually do 5 minutes waiting just for things to settle, like he said. So
Yeah, 30 is way too long.
Quick question. Yo, so also if possible, I know everyone has a day job and not everyone's always available, but
Like
I
me?
remember like one live trading Costa was like basically having the screen up like how he has now during the live trading, and he was like showing us the levels and everything, and like, all right, this is the price points like live, like how we're doing right now. If that's possible, if that's something that's possible too, that'd be awesome.
I think I'm not sure, but I think that's actually illegal. I don't think you can do that.
So you can't share your screen as you're trading.
Yeah, so I think I haven't been in this long enough to know all the answers, but when we talked to, again, these previous professional traders that told us stuff, I think it's something to do. They got audited because they had a Facebook group and everything, which is something you guys might want to look out for. But
Right.
they got audited when it came to like live trading and what you can say and what you can do as far as advice versus like, hey, take this trade right now kind of deal.
right. Yeah, that's why what you're talking about is sharing trades. So we're never going to show you us filling the trade, executing the trade, what prices or recommend prices. We're only going to show you levels on a chart that we, in our opinion, we feel are good levels. And by the way, none of our trades or alerts are recommending you to take them. This is just our opinion, if you understand what we're saying.
Okay.
That's why we have
Right.
the disclaimers.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's important for you guys just to protect yourselves because you have a Discord channel that's going to grow probably rapidly. Just to make sure you have a caveat somewhere in your server that says that multiple times.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Turn in disclaimer. We'll also update it. We'll reread it. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. All our trades are. I'm just telling you what my intentions are. It's up to you whether you take them or not. So.
Yeah. Well, and again, like I don't think Ninja was part of the group yet, but that was like about 2 weeks ago when Costa had the screen like how he has it now, and he was like, "Hey, look, this is the level, this is the the direction that we think it's going to go." So like when you could actually see it live, like I know a lot of times when we talk, you always tell us like, "All right, look back on the 5 minute or look back on the 15 minute," and then I'm trying to like pretty much pinpoint, what you're seeing. But
okay, I see what you're saying.
when you know what I'm saying, like when Costa was showing at that time, I was like, wow, this is amazing. I know he's been busy with work and shit, but if it's possible, like that would be awesome too to have that during live trading.
yeah,
Yeah,
I usually share my charts when I'm working from home, those type of things. But I never buy the order and show you guys actually when I'm buying it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Okay,
so
yeah, we
screen
can do
sharing.
that.
We're also still discussing as well, like to get an actual a written in stone schedule or something that we can set a process that is routine, because we're in the beginning processes of the live trading, and we want to make sure that we're giving everybody what they want, but at the same time we also have to for it to be consistent. So we're kind of still deciding the way we're going to do it exactly, if that makes sense. Just whether we're going to live trade during the entire market hours, or whether it'd be more productive to come on live trade during the volatility sections where we actually take most of the trades and then just trade and chat and follow up on trades and then come back toward the end of the day, stuff like that. I think is something we're still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
All right, I have another question.
Hold on, I want to get to another question that was posted earlier. Unless you're Blake, then I'm answering your question. But
No.
someone asked a question about trend line. Wait, sorry, is your question chart related or just general question?
Now, question is alert related and how to interpret it.
Okay. You do that first. That's first. You can do that.
Okay. So just for anybody that may be new to trading or new to how the Discord groups work, when we get the alerts, how long do we have? Like, you guys have a certain recommended time of actually implementing them?
That's a very hard question to answer because sometimes alerts can go just like that. They can spike up or reverse on you depending if you have calls or puts. So that's why we put the contract price. That price that we put there is the price that we got filled at, right? So
Okay.
and when I post it, like you can, if you see me post a contract saying I getting a 2.5, right? If you see it at 2.4, then you can consider yourself getting a better entry than I did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how you kind of do that. If it's like 2.8 or 3.5, then at that point it's probably too late because I'm probably
Yep.
looking to close it at that point. So it's just a reference of where I got it, and you can kind of gauge how much or how little time you have to get in the trade.
All right.
Because of this market, things are moving so quickly. So
So
we
volatile, yeah.
yeah, we haven't been able to pick up trades that move instantly. It's a weird thing where even though things are moving so much, long-term scalps and like the longer swings, they actually just chop around so much. So it's just look at the levels I post and try to get filled somewhere close to that price. That's the best answer I can give you. Best
Yeah.
advice I can give you.
Good.
Within
Yeah.
a reasonable time frame, though, right, Knight? You don't want to because if there were to be a trade posted and then 2 hours later somebody were to look at that trade and see the price is back down at your level, they may have already missed the move up and
Yeah.
it's coming back down. So
Right.
yeah,
I mean, I don't want to put a time on it, but like you want to get her generally around the same time. Like you don't have to see my alert and scramble to get it. Like that's not what we're doing. All
Yeah.
those alerts we scramble for, we're doing it on live trading. So we only post trades that like you have a reasonable amount of time to get into.
Yeah.
yeah, and then knowing whether it's a day trade, swing trade, or not, too. Like day trades are generally opened and closed within that trading day, or considered to be opened and closed within that day. And then a swing trade, you may have more time on. You can always take an entry, a few minutes, maybe. Again, I don't want to put a time on it too. That's a good point, but you don't want to come at the end of the day, you're at work and then you come on and just at 3 o'clock start opening all the trades that were posted at 10 a.m.
Gotcha.
And also remember, you don't have to take all the trades that's alerted. Because that's how you blow out your account. If you take all the trades and you're basically using your whole portfolio amount of money and
Right. If you have like 10 positions open, then the market starts to tank and things reverse against us. You're going to try and get filled on 10 different orders, and your limit price is going to keep dropping, and you have to keep. It's a mess, So you don't.
Yeah,
Slow and steady, man. Slow and steady wins the race. I get it.
Exactly.
there you go. Yeah, and a good rule of thumb too is try to open one. If we're trading tech sector, and you already took a trade in the tech sector, maybe look for a trade. If you're going to hold multiple trades, try to balance your trades out. So if one sector tanks, the other sector might have strength, and vice versa.
That's
Yeah.
a great.
Yeah.
Thank y'all, man.
No problem. All right, I want to get to the question in the chat. I don't want to feel like it's being ignored. Someone did ask why we use. They understand our low trend lines and high trend lines, but they want to know why we use horizontal lines. Okay, that's one's pretty easy. So if you actually look on the screen right now, we have horizontal lines. We have those little ovals being drawn. So stocks always tend to find a level to bounce off of, right? And we can find thousands of these levels. Just looking on this chart, I already see this line right here. Hope you guys can see that, right? So I wouldn't use a trend line there. I'd use a horizontal line, right? Because that can kind of give me a picture of where stocks shouldn't really pass, at least temporarily, right? So it can give me an idea that whenever the stock passes this level, I have to pay attention, right? At which point I look for my other indicators. I look at volume. I look at the general market. And I can determine if this is a real breakout or a false breakout right there, right? So we use horizontal lines just to spot breakouts more easily. Trend lines are more or less artificial, and they can be broken, and they're broken a lot more often than just flat horizontal lines. So that's kind of why we use that. They're the best. That's how we define support and resistance in price action. Hope that kind of makes sense to you. Yeah, no problem. And the same person asked about Greeks. No, Greeks do not control the stock price. The stock price will affect the Greeks. The Greeks are just a measure of how options contracts and how options premiums are affected by the share price, amongst other factors, like implied volatility is affected by big events like an announcement, a big world event, war, or earnings reports, that kind of stuff, or an election. So no, Greeks don't control the stock price. Only buyers and sellers can manipulate the stock price.
Very well said.
Thank you.
On the side note, man, you guys speak very well, man. Y'all know what y'all talking about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That voice
All right,
sounds
bro.
familiar.
Yeah.
Do I know
It
that?
sure
Yeah,
does.
very familiar.
Yeah, you can
All
apply
right,
that.
any other questions?
Night,
A lot of time, guys.
yeah, I just want to add one point to all the users, just from my, out of my personal experience. Hey guys, hey everyone. So just try to follow the stop loss and potential targets as well. Yeah, you might lose on one day, but on the long run, I definitely think that one could achieve good profits in the long run if you follow the rules. But if you keep on changing the rules, just so that just because if you got good profit on one trade, it doesn't mean that the rest of the trades will follow the same pattern. But if you follow the set of rules, definitely if one trade fails, at least the other 9 out of 10 will follow the set of rules. So at least you in the long run you will end up having profits. So I have been doing that, and I have been doing pretty much well. And in fact, I did earn $1,000 in the last 2 weeks by following our admin alerts, just by following potential targets and stop losses. I just want to share my personal experience in case if it helps someone. Yeah.
Thank
That's
you for
good.
that.
We appreciate that, man.
Yeah, it's well said as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. You imagine earning with the 2,500 portfolio. I earned $1,000 in the last 2 weeks in these market conditions. So you can imagine how good our admins are and their calls are. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sid.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, do you guys have any other questions? It can be about anything. I mean, we're here to teach right now. We've noticed that we have a lot of new traders, and we do want to cater to you guys. We've realized that these market conditions are probably the hardest you guys will ever face. And I think the goal of Wall Street right now is to get these traders out of the market because there's too many. So we are kind of, all of us are learning rapidly with the market. This is also kind of new for us. These market conditions are very difficult, and we want you
Don't be
guys
scared to take profits.
Yeah, please take profits early.
That's right. Yeah.
If you do nothing else, follow stop losses, take your profits early.
Yeah.
You guys, what you're just saying right now, you the ring of truth that you just smacked on, bro, is very, very heavy for me. And Daryl knows. He knows a little bit what I'm talking about. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, what's up, Brian?
Good to see you, man.
And I would just like to add to that too is we've had a long discussion. We definitely see all your guys' comments and all the group comments, and we meet pretty much every single day, usually in the afternoon, sometimes in the morning. That first block of time in the morning, a lot of times you'll notice if I'm just talking in chat or us admins are in chat, we're probably getting things set up, trying to quickly manage our personal accounts so that we're able to dedicate more time to focusing on trades for you guys and putting our stuff, getting our trades either to a point where we don't have to manage them as much. So that's what I do in the mornings so that I can focus more. But we see the messages, and we definitely know that small account plays, more swings, and more trades that do not require unlimited day trades is something that we're focusing on. But we also want you guys to know that there's a way, or there are other options, right? You can get around the PDT rule with any amount of money, and you can scalp if you want to, and join us in live trading with 2,000, 3,000. It doesn't matter the amount. But we posted those details in our channel called Avoid PDT. And basically it's open in a cash account, or you can open a cash account, or you can have multiple brokerage accounts. There's a number of ways you can do it, but we feel that it's important that you're not bound by 3 trades and get caught in a trade that you can't escape from, and now you have to watch it pull down, and that's just the worst feeling.
Yeah. I just have something quick to add to the group as well. So I just joined, I think about probably 3.5, maybe probably over a month, but I just joined like officially on as a gold member like a couple weeks ago. Was in multiple other groups, and to basically up till to today, I haven't even checked since I joined with you guys, because the content we get in here is just insane compared to what it was like in the other couple groups. And I will say this too, I've been doing this since February, been successful at it with very little knowledge. I have a lot to learn, so I'm going to say this, and I have no ties to these guys at all, but one-on-ones, especially if you're new, take advantage of it, man, because Kigi, Nightshade, I mean, I'm learning so much in these last 3 weeks that if I would have had this knowledge 2 months ago, I listen, I'll tell you my numbers. I've swung up 50 grand and lost 50 grand 2 times already, and if I would have learned a couple things prior to, the last loss I took, I wouldn't be there. So, if you guys don't just rely on the levels, like take the initiative and try to take the time to learn why they're given those levels.
Hey, thank you.
Absolutely.
Fair
Thank you.
point.
Yeah, knowledge is everything. That's true. Knowledge is very important. The more you know.
Yeah, I have a question about the y'all your memberships. So I just received the invitation to this channel through a previous group that I was on, and so y'all have a gold and platinum membership. How does that work? Because I'm on the free trial that I started yesterday. So how does that? Yeah. What
Okay,
should I
so-
be looking for after my expiration?
Okay, so I mean, we have 3 levels of membership. The most popular right now, I believe, is gold. So I mean, you can check our membership page for all the levels and what they entail. But off the top of my head, I can tell you that with your bronze membership, you just basically get what you have now. So you're gonna have that every month. Access to Flow Algo, our levels, all our channels for the most part. You can access chat rooms. And then if you're a gold member, you actually get access to some of our algos, and we have like some of these scanners and the predictive algorithms that can actually give you a better idea of how the market is going to move, which will work a lot better once the election's over. You can also join our live trading chat, and we also have this channel called Priority Mentorship. So if you guys have any questions or you want us to chart something, we have a channel for that as well, and you guys can all access that. And we are very active in there, and we'll help you. And the good thing about gold and platinum is access to our education server, which we're still building right now. So all of this content, like things that you explain in this video, we're gonna have like a super, super in-depth guide, and all these courses. We're gonna have Learn, Plan, Profit, and other very popular courses you see on YouTube, and many, many other things. And then as a platinum member, you also get access to our custom 3-line algo, which is like this insane predictive algorithm that's very good at tracking Tesla. It worked on other stocks as well, but it has been back tested exclusively for Tesla. And I can tell you from personal experience, it works very well. There'll also be a live monthly group Q&A session similar to this one, but it'll be for platinum members, and it will go a lot more in depth. We'll do like TA, technical analysis. We'll talk about basically everything we know. So as a platinum, you'll have access to basically everything we've learned over the last years of trading.
Yeah.
And that's just a quick rundown of our memberships.
Yeah, and if you came from the previous server, like you're saying, you would have. So what happened was, we merged, right? So we teamed up. We found the right team, the right pieces fell into place, and we teamed up. So what happened was we, as the previous server that you were in, right? It would have merged with Sigma, and now it's all one unit. So the new server, Sigma Signals, is the one you have a trial in, right? You came from the previous server, which is being transformed into the academy that Knight spoke about. So what it is right now we have a ton of content, but the problem is we can't release it in this market. We throw you guys all this content in this market, you're going to blow your accounts up, because these algos are gonna be misleading in this market. We're trying to be strategic in how we release what we release to protect our members' accounts, because the last thing we want is accounts getting blown up. It just sets a bad tone. So we're trying to we're putting all of that together, and it'll be ready very soon. We're hoping this election, once the election is over, we get some stability back to the market, and the market
Yeah.
the market just rips back up after it does in most elections, right? I mean, previous elections, we usually see the market gain some momentum after the election.
Right. Okay, let me check the chat. I think there's some more TA questions.
Okay.
What are exactly the high and low trend lines telling the trader? Okay. That's pretty easy. It's actually right here. There's an example on the screen right now. So if you guys are looking, this is what most traders would refer to. Is this Apple? No, it's a SPY.
SPY.
I know. I saw a chart on Apple the other day. Well, this is definitely the same thing. But SPY is basically Apple. Okay, so this line right here, this is called a price channel. That's what we refer to as a price channel. And we are just drawing these trend lines. It's not magic. We're just looking at these top wicks and trying to connect the dots, just like in elementary school. We're just trying to connect the tops and bottoms to try and find a range that it's trading in, right? And this is basically like a trailing support and resistance line, right? So as long as Apple stays in this trend line, every single time we see it touch the high and low of a trend line, we expect it to bounce, right? So technically, we expect this stock to, at some point in its lifetime, go back up here. Let's say that trend line extended down here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but we're expecting that SPY will at least get to that level at some point. And then when trend lines are broken, we start to use our horizontal lines and other indicators and levels to try and predict where the price is going to go next. If that kind of makes sense to you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, price channels, I mean, they get broken all the time. Of course, on longer time frames, they're going to be a lot more accurate, but that's why we use trend lines. It gives us a clearer picture. Some people can visualize these without drawing them, but the vast majority of traders should draw trend lines and price channels. So, not all of them are perfect, right? Some of them are going to squeeze towards each other, like this. Sometimes you're going to have a horizontal line and you're going to have like a triangle, and you get enough candles going up like this. And when if you break out here, we can break down. You can always find different.
I'll post the chart in the group for all the patterns for the wedges and stuff if you guys are interested in that.
Yeah.
That'd be very
Also,
helpful.
while everyone's here, we do have some channels that we are that are up and visible and ready. If anyone ever has any questions on market jargon or market terminology, any of the acronyms we use, any of the lingo we use, anything like that, you'll find it in the market terminology channel on the server. Terminology, and it's all listed there. We've put everything, and we've tried to put it there so that you can use as a cheat sheet, a reference guide. If ever you need the answer and we don't quickly get back to you or whatever, it's a matter of time. Just reference to that channel. And same with the study charts. What we are putting an array of study charts together so that you can see examples and have an idea of what we're talking about or what we're posting about. And I think these Zoom, these meetings and everything are going to help over time. I think once these things catch on, they'll be like just second nature. But it does take time. You got to be patient.
Good. So because of the nature of the trades that I was doing before, then it really implement this. I'm still finding it hard to grasp what a stop loss is.
What a stop loss is? A stop loss is a level that you either set mentally or physically on your broker, where you will sell something when you hit a certain loss level, right? So if you have a call contract, or let's say you have a stock trading at $15 and your target in your head is $30 or $25, right? But you know that from your charts, if your stock goes below this line, I know it's a different thing, but if your stock goes below that line, it's probably going to dump like it did right there. Like it did right over here, then you want to set a level where no matter what, you are going to cut your losses here, right? Because a lot of traders, they want to see this and they hold on to it, and then by the time they get to this candle, they're like, oh my god, it's going to go back up, right? And then they just get blown out and they see a ray of hope again. Oh, it's going to go back to this level, and then you just get screwed. And at that point, you've lost all your money, especially as an options trader. right? So a stop loss is a level that you set where you will not lose any more money. Period.
Okay.
I'm giggling because that's me. You just explained, just lose your ass.
And
Hope
let me
trading,
let me just add to that real quick too. Just so you guys know, the stop loss doesn't automatically sell you out of a trade. If it actually has to hit the stop to trigger the trade, and then whatever you put your loss at is where it's gonna look to fill on a limit. If it doesn't hit the stop though, like let's say it's trading at $10 and it went from $10.50 to $9.50, where we've seen a dollar drop and it never even touched the $10, it won't sell you out. So you got to always watch your trades, even though you have your stop limit set. It happened numerous times to me where I had a stop limit set and it fell so fast that it never even sold me out, and then I ended up selling at a loss.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's called gapping over your stop loss. So
Yeah.
Right.
price action can move so quickly, or such a large order comes in that price will skip a beat, so to speak, and price will close at one price, say $10, and then open again at $8,
Yeah.
completely gapping past $9 stop loss or whatever the case is. So yes, stop losses are not foolproof, and that's why it is important to also have that mental stop loss level as well. And
Yeah. And then another thing too is you gotta, if you, let's say that does happen, you have to know to go back into your trade, hit edit, and refix your stop loss or sell at limit right there. But sometimes, like, I got lucky one time, like it missed that and then it came back up, touched it, sold me out, and then fell. So I would say out of like every 100 trades, it probably happens like twice, maybe once. But again, just make sure you're watching your stop limits, and let's say you set it, you got to make sure that if the stock does come down, it's getting close to that level, just keep an extra eye on it, because if it falls too fast, then it's not going to sell you out.
Right. Another way to combat that is also just set your limit lower than your
Yeah.
stop,
Yeah,
obviously, like much, much, much lower. Because if you have a significant drop, if you have a very low limit, let's say you want to sell a stock when it crosses $2, but you set your limit at 1.5, then if the stock drops to like 199 and your stop is triggered at that level and your limit is 1.5, it will still try to get the best fill for you, right? Your broker's not going to screw you over. So you actually might get filled higher than your limit, if you set your limit lower, you increase your chance of getting filled while also increasing the chance that you might lose money on a big drop. But at least you guarantee the fill and you don't get stuck in a place where if a stock tanks, you skip your stop loss and your limit, and then you lose all your money.
And also, you got to kind of play your stop losses also for the stock that you're in, because, for instance, like when we're trading Amazon's trading at like $2-3 a second sometimes, So if you have like a stop loss, like it happened to me on Monday or Tuesday, I swung Amazon and then I had my stop loss set, and it came down and sold me out of the trade early and then ran up. So it actually screwed me on profits. But again, I still secured the profit. It's fine. But the point is that, you got to see what stock that you're trading to try to figure out like how much of a spread you need on your stop limit.
We're talking about these stop losses. I got TOS, right? So are you guys, whoever has TOS, opening the trade on an OTC?
Yeah. So with TOS, you fill on your PC. You fill your orders on PC.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing that I do, and this is just me personally, I found it easier to manage my trades this way and fill and set my orders. I set my orders on mobile because it's an easier interface, in my opinion, than to
I
set
agree with it
orders
too.
I agree as well.
than to set orders. So try setting your orders and executing your actual buys, not anything else. Just once you are ready to place your order, just try it on your mobile device to set and execute orders, and then do everything else on the platform.
And just make sure you download Thinkorswim for your mobile though, not don't do it through.
TD Ameritrade.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll give it a look. I
Yeah.
haven't learned how to set those stop losses, and I've been watching every damn thing and going nuts. So it's time to fix it.
Good point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to do a stop loss, you just have to do enable first trigger, and then you do opposite order, and then you just make it lower of the price that you filled it at, and then it sells it whatever price that you have set.
And another thing too, guys, with the stop losses, and this is something I learned there, the hard way too, is I used to enter a trade and set a stop loss right away because I was like, a little bit scared of losing money. Because, listen, we're all trying to, make money and do well, and you don't want to lose money. So like sometimes I would jump in a trade, set my stop loss, and then after learning that actually kind of was screwing me because the market makers are able to see where those stop losses are, so they can actually manipulate the stock to come down to eat that contract up and then take off. And then when the stock starts taking off, then I would go back in and rebuy it again at a higher premium, pay another fee, etc. So when Craig Nightshade was saying, have a mental stop loss in the beginning, like when you first open a trade, that's what I've been doing now is I've been keeping the mental stop loss. And then when the stock starts running, like sometimes you get in a trade and it's running like 40, 50 cents a second sometimes, then I'll start setting it up because eventually, if you're not really good on watching the charts to know when it's going to finally reject, like the rest of these guys do, that will automatically sell you out and most likely sell you out at the top.
All right, that's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Also, too, use your stop limit orders. Just simple. You can just set a stop limit order, right?
Yeah.
When you set up your order, just set it with stop limit. I recommend honestly is if mental stop losses are great as well, as long as you stick to them. If you're not a person that can stick to it and not get psychologically thrown off course, if the stop loss is if we're risking $20, right, and our target is 50, we're risking 20, right? You need to know the moment that that trade pulls down, and you've hit your $20 risk per contract or whatever the risk is, you need to sell. You don't hold, you don't hope, if it rejects and it goes back up, okay, you missed out, right? But you protected your bottom line. If you hold these contracts and hope, you will lose more. It will happen. You will lose more money and may never get it back. So it's always best to take the small loss and move on. And I think the reason that most people don't take the small loss and move on, and
Less than a minute left.
Okay, is because of limited day trades. So that goes back to cash accounts, right? If you're worried about day trades, so you hold a contract and just sit on it, don't do that. You're hurting yourself.
Right. Good point. Thank you.
Cool. The Zoom's gonna end. Do you guys have more questions? We can probably do like another round. Or...
I just want to add that if somebody is looking for cash account, Webull cash account is good, and you don't even have to pay anything to them. It's free, I believe.
Yeah,
And
it is free.
Yeah, it's one of the best tools for Webull cash account.
Check out. Avoid PDT channel.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the limit of the money you have to put in. It could be even $500.
Okay.
Day trade, yeah.
Got it. All right. This Zoom is gonna actually end right now. So
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Yep.